The Formula One world has been rocked by another unexpected shock after the FIA officially revealed new evidence that could change how Lewis Hamilton's crash in Abu Dhabi is viewed. This finding is more than just a technical report. It has shaken the paddock, sparked heated speculation among rival teams, and placed Ferrari under the racing world spotlight. Could this new evidence open a new chapter of controversy that would shake Ferrari's future in Formula One? Let's find out. It all started at Yas Marina. The weather was ideal, the track was clean, and the atmosphere was calm with no signs of danger. Lewis Hamilton, wearing Ferrari red for the first time at the circuit, focused on perfecting the SF25's setup ahead of a crucial qualifying session. But everything changed in the blink of an eye. As he entered Turn 9, one of the most demanding and high-speed sections at Yas Marina, Hamilton's car suddenly lost stability on the front axle. It came without warning. There were no classic signs of driver error, no visible tyre lock, overcorrection of the steering wheel, or suspicious throttle input. The car seemed to stop responding to the world champion's commands. In a matter of seconds, what had seemed normal turned into a major question mark, a technical anomaly that would later spark serious concern within the Ferrari garage. Telemetry data revealed a truth far more horrifying than initially suspected. The SF25 had experienced non-elastic structural bending, a deformation that occurs when a material is subjected to extreme loads and is unable to return to its original shape. In other words, the car's main structure could not withstand the extraordinary stress at high speeds. Micro-collapses occurred in the frame, dragging the front suspension out of its ideal geometry and destabilizing the aerodynamic platform within milliseconds. The consequences were fatal and almost visually undetectable. The airflow, which had been precisely generating downforce, suddenly ceased. Without warning, the car lost total grip without any change in speed, correction in direction, or input error from the driver. In racing engineering, this condition is known as phantom load loss. It is a terrifying threat because it occurs suddenly and is almost impossible to predict. Hamilton had no chance to react. The 7-time world champion's experience, elite-class reflexes, and the best racing instincts on the grid were irrelevant. By that time, the car had already collapsed from the inside, betraying its driver before he could save the situation. Ferrari immediately recalled the chassis for a forensic examination. The results confirmed the worst-case scenario. The failure occurred at a crucial connection point that bears extreme lateral loads during fast turns. Even more shocking was the fact that this point had not been reinforced after the mid-season structural modifications. Initially, the narrative was that Hamilton had caused the car to collapse instantly by pushing too hard. Evidence of this included cracked carbon fibre, misaligned sensors, and cold, indisputable G-force data. This wasn't human error. It was a design flaw. Hamilton was completely exonerated while Ferrari's technical department was under intense scrutiny. In the hours following the incident, tension enveloped the paddock like a thick, impenetrable fog. The FIA, Ferrari engineers, and even the technical delegates realised that what had happened was not an ordinary accident that could be resolved with a brief explanation or standard statement. Charles Leclerc was summoned to a closed-door meeting at Ferrari's hospitality facility. The atmosphere was silent and tense. In the room were Frédéric Vasseur, an official FIA representative, and 2 of Ferrari's senior aerodynamics engineers. The irrefutable evidence lay on the table. Telemetry graphs layered with extreme data, lateral load maps revealing glaring anomalies, and forensic photographs showing the SF25's monocoque in alarming detail. The message was stark and cold. The car had suffered a structural failure, not because of speed or driver error. In an instant, the trust built over the season between the driver, the team, and the machine was shattered. It was not rivals on the track that caused it, but rather the harsh truths revealed behind closed doors. This season, Ferrari was obsessed with reducing the weight of the SF25. After a promising but non-dominant start, they watched McLaren pull ahead. Their response was aggressive and risky. According to internal sources, Ferrari replaced several key components of the monocoque and front suspension with lighter versions. This strategy became known in the paddock as skinny risk engineering, an extreme approach that pushes structural thinness to the limits of tolerance or beyond. In the case of the SF25, the indications were clear. The fine line between innovation and technical negligence had been crossed. This FIA report was more than just a technical document. It's a silent earthquake shaking Formula One. Discussions about revising the chassis homologation regulations are underway, including the possibility of conducting ultrasonic structural inspections before every Grand Prix. If Ferrari can make a mistake of this magnitude, then no one is truly safe. Meanwhile, Ferrari's rivals are taking action. McLaren, Red Bull and Mercedes are studying the report as a strategic weapon, not passive information. Having lost Hamilton not only as a driver but also as a political figure, Mercedes sees a significant opportunity. With Ferrari faltering, Toto Wolff is reportedly ready to exploit the situation by recruiting disillusioned talent, pressuring the FIA on new regulations, and influencing the driver market heading into 2026. Amid the wave of speculation and pressure surrounding Ferrari, one figure can finally breathe a sigh of relief. Lewis Hamilton, the target of assumptions and whispers about driver error since the Abu Dhabi incident, greeted the FIA's findings with mixed emotions but a clear sense of relief. According to sources within the paddock, Hamilton was relieved and shaken to learn that the FIA had officially confirmed that he was not at fault for the incident. He chose to refrain from public comment for days, waiting for the technical facts to speak for themselves. "The most important thing for me is the truth," Hamilton told his inner circle. "I know how I felt in the car at that moment. There was no warning, no sign. The car just disappeared." He reportedly told the team that the moment at turn 9 was one of the most disturbing experiences of his career. Not because of the impact, but because of the helplessness he felt when the car suddenly stopped responding. The FIA's findings fully validated the 7-time world champion's instincts. For Hamilton, this was not just a matter of reputation, but of safety. He emphasised that if such a structural failure could occur undetected, it posed a risk not just to one driver, but to the entire grid. Hamilton's relief was accompanied by a strong internal message to Ferrari. He fully supported a thorough evaluation and, if necessary, fundamental changes. In his view, speed should never come at the expense of structural integrity. After the FIA report was revealed, Hamilton stated, "No victory is worth a life." This statement intensified the moral and professional pressure at Maranello. Ferrari was now being asked to do more than repair the car. It was also being asked to ensure the safety of its drivers, especially Hamilton. How can Ferrari expect Leclerc and Hamilton to push the limits again if the car can fail without warning? How can confidence be rebuilt when the technical foundations are crumbling? Leave your thoughts below.